at 1.12 out the door in time. Oh well, hashtag gotta Gomez faster, and either way. Also, people interested in the 1.12 update can read about it at tinyurl.com/FezFriday. Bunch of system level stuff getting rewritten and lots of new fancy configuration options getting added too. Bailey gives $50 and says, "Meow, Voolagin, meow, 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 meow. P.S. Save the meowimals." Twix112 gives $70 and says, "Love the event and fun to see Voolagin again. Loved your Ori run in SGDQ. Kill the animals and all hail the demon Chocobo." Bowler Captain gives $50 and says, "Not that I'm biased, but indie block, best block. It's an endless fight between staying up to watch cool runs and going to sleep so my life doesn't come to a screeching halt. Best of luck to all the runners. Cancer's time has come."
I'm surprised nobody went with time as money at this point. Surprised.
And we have a $50 donations from Daniel Raza. "Hey Voolagin, as usual, I'm putting in my donation during one of your runs. This game is crazy. It's melting my brain watching it speedrun. Good luck on the run." And I believe Jakob Oscarsson donates $20 and says, "Working from home to watch my favorite indie games. The winter in Sweden is cold, but AGDQ keeps me warm."
you right now, but now I can hear myself in the background.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hi,
One more time.
Hi 2 more times.
All right, hello.
Oh, there we go.
Tom's here.
Yep,
Hey, Tom.
Dan's here too.
Hey, Dan, how's it
Sweet.
going?
Good.
So yeah, we're gonna play this little game you made apparently.
Do you want to introduce you guys before we start the run?
Sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a roll
So-
call and
Yeah, so I don't know when we should start introducing ourselves or what. So yeah, just tell us what to say when to say it.
start the what? Okay.
Alright.
So we're good. 3, 2, 1, go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Axiom Verge, a love letter to Super Metroid.
You want to go
And
ahead?
several other games.
Yeah, a bunch of other games.
All right. Shall we start with the roll call with you, Mr. Virus?
So, I'm GVirus, and this is Axiom Verge. This is the main game I'm speedrunning right now. I used to speedrun Super Metroid. You're going to hear me do a lot of comparisons to this game because it just shows. But basically, how should I say it? This is a game that obviously was made by someone who had a lot of love for this game or the series, and among other games. But Tom will actually be able to tell you more specifically where the influences came from. And I'll pass on the roll call to the couch and then on to Skype to the developer and the marketing manager for Axiom Verge.
All right. I'm Velociraptor 42,
Hi, I'm Vulcan. I'm still here,
and this is Crack Attack over here.
and we have some special guests with us. Special guests.
Hi, I'm Tom Happ. I'm the developer of this game.
And I'm Dan Edelman. I'm Tom's helper for all things business marketing related. So I didn't make the game, but I'm the first person who ever beat it.
Dang.
And I'd just like to say that Tom is the sole developer for the game. Like art, design, everything, music, it's all him.
Which is truly impressive when you just look at how good this game is.
Yeah, this game is amazing too. So yeah.
Yeah, I like to point out the only thing that Tom didn't do in the game is the localization.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I'm localing it into Russian as we speak.
Really?
And, yeah, it's not fun because I do not speak Russian, so I don't know if it's coming out correctly or if all the letters are backwards or what.
You can just Google Translate that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So right at the beginning, you've seen that GVirus collected his first extra weapon. He's only going to collect 2. We're going to talk about after this boss, for which he needs a little bit of quiet time.
Big shout out to my people, Prefix Odd, Dark, who are basically running the game. We're racing in SRL from time to time, Alex as well. And big shout outs to Sub7 Zeter, which is a category we made up, which is Zeter is the name of this boss. So this guy basically, you just want to spam him as much as you can. Dodge the bullets. It's a really simple fight. You want to, manipulate him so he's facing you as much as you can to get as much damage in. Because he's got armor on his back, so you can't really hit him when he's not facing you.
So you'll notice it took him a little while to drill through those blocks, and up ahead here, since he's in dedicated speedrun mode, which means there's no text or any UI to showcase the game, but this red dot that he picked up right now, that's a power-up that makes his drill a little more powerful, so now he can cut through those blocks a lot faster.
Yeah, and he'll be getting precious few of those over the course of the run, too.
Yeah, because he's not going to be stopping by to go look for him.
And just to be clear, that's not the only thing he's going to skip.
Yeah,
There's gonna be
right.
quite a few things. But this game, like like other kind of Metroidvania kinds of games, the fastest route's going to involve just kind of getting the minimum that you need to complete the game, which is usually an amount that will shock casual players. Like, what? How can you beat it without, you know,
By
such
the way,
and such?
big shout outs to Red Bubble Wrap. I just can't resist. I have to just, you know,
Yeah.
it's digital bubble wrap. I don't know.
Fortunately, it doesn't slow you down, I don't think, right?
I don't care. It's bubble wrap.
Yeah. Make a whole game of just the bubble wrap stuff.
Right?
Actually, if we could make ROM hacks of this game, so to speak, I would make a whole map just bubble wrap. Like, just
So, someone I think has cracked it and was emailing me. I have yet to respond. But,
please, Tom,
some
please.
fellow said that he'd figured it out and he was, you know, he had been ROM hacking, I think, Super Metroid, and now he wanted to try it on this one.
Oh,
See,
man.
I'm not the one who mentioned Super Metroid this time. It was the dev himself. Don't blame me.
Now, Super Metroid was definitely one of the influences, but yeah, Tom, do you want to talk about some of the other influences that you had?
I'll say Geiger right now.
Yeah, that's an appropriate reference. You know, I think I wasn't explicitly going for the Geiger look, but I'm sure that it was, you know, in the reaches of my subconscious as I was drawing the head that goes on the wall there. You know, a lot of other, you know, this game is much more, I'd say, like, fast moving than Super Metroid is. So, you know, there's a lot of Contra in there. There's some Bionic Commando in there. If you look at a lot of the sprites and pixels aren't necessarily Super Metroid, but maybe hailing back to original Metroid or even other games. Like if you notice how the hero sprite has a black outline around it, and this is sort of Castlevania-esque. If you remember Simon Belmont's little blank face, it's a pretty similar thing.
So this is a very legit tactic to kill this boss.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of players in their casual playthrough might have found this strat just being like, it's so annoying to shoot over his head, but you just run through him.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't find this out until way after it was released, and then I saw other people doing it. I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know, Tom, did you know that people would be able to do that, or did it not occur to you either?
Yeah, I knew.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the few things I did know. I think most of the things the speedrunners found were a surprise to me. But I did make a speedrun mode on purpose, so I was assuming they would find things I didn't know about.
Yeah.
I do have
By
to
the way,
sorry.
this weapon here is, for people who don't know, it's the Disruptor, which is basically, it's like a glitching tool, so kind of like in the old NES, Super NES games, where you could like glitch different games and they would do weird things that they weren't supposed to do. That's actually kind of designed into the game, so kind of you're deliberately glitching the world around you. So if things change shape and, you know, look glitchy, that's why.
I did want to say, Tom, that's actually one of my favorite things about this game is that weapon, because that's just kind of like a cool, like, unique thing to this game that you don't see a lot. It's just the ability just to, like, warp the world like that with a weapon.
Yeah, I think, like, just like reading some different reviews, there were some people who really just used the glitch ray, the bare minimum, just kind of where it said, like, you need to use the glitch ray to get through this door, they would do it. But if you don't actually experiment and see, like, all the different ways you can use it, you're kind of missing out on, like, almost half of the game, in my opinion.
There's an achievement for it.
There's a lot of little things in there where it makes your life easier, you know, like the green things. If you glitch them, you can destroy all of the creatures in the room just by glitching one of them and killing it. There's secret passageways and that kind of thing based around it.
Yeah, we're going to see some of those used a little bit later on.
Right, and GVirus is going to use it to quick kill a boss, and it's going to be really cool, so.
It's worth mentioning at this point, he's only got 4 health chunks, or whatever you want to call them. That's going to be a pretty common theme for like the next 10 minutes of this run. this game is really dangerous, and he's not going to have much of a lifeline, and he also is not saving because he needs to be able to do a save warp later on, which will save a ton of time. So he wants to be able to get through this without dying. If he does die, we're all going to be real sad.
You had to jinx it, didn't you?
Yeah, basically, anytime you're going to see GVirus save, it's to basically do some sort of like death abuse warp to save time.
It's actually really neat how, because of save warping, that ends up basically being a tactic in the speedrun, where and when you save in order to get your save warps.
So you'll see me use the first weapon, the Axiom Disruptor, quite a bit in this run because it just does more DPS. The fire rate is actually quite high, so it helps quite a bit to just kill stuff. You know. But the Kilver, though, actually does a lot more damage, but it's close range, so depending on the use, those are the two only weapons I'm going to use. The Nova is only used to unlock that one door really early in the game. Now here I'm going to kill this guy because I actually need health to do some damage boosting in the next room, which is quite beneficial to the run. Okay, next room.
Very nice.
That was actually 2 damage boosts because I can't just go through the enemy and jump. I actually get a second damage that pushes me down. You guys are actually going to see one of the glitching properties on one of the enemies. Like these guys, they just go crazy laser beam on you. But if you corrupt them, then they can destroy those tiles right there, and they don't hurt you anymore. So that's just one of many examples on how the glitched enemies can actually be used to your advantage in the game.
So close to one cycle there.
Barely.
That's okay.
It's still probably faster than trying to climb up the center.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Those
agreed.
enemies are super annoying.
I mean, I gotta say, the music in this game is quite amazing.
Yeah, this is a really great OST for sure.
Yeah, it's we're doing a vinyl release of it fairly soon. It should be ready in the next, I don't know, month or so. We have to get a status update from the people who are doing it.
But shipped
yeah,
to Shore Records, right?
yep, Ship to Shore Records are the ones doing it. And yeah, I was thinking at first, I was a little bit confused because like it was all the music's all digital, so I was thinking, what's the benefit of going vinyl because that's like analog. But then it occurred to me like DJs would totally be able to use that and do some cool stuff with it. So
Come on. Where's the morph ball, Tom?
Yeah, right.
Why can't Axiom crawl?
Axiom's a pretty cool dude. Name's
Doesn't
Trace,
crawl.
by the way. I prefer Zelda, though. He's much better.
Yeah, I like how you named the game after this guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
that's his name, Axiom Verge.
Yeah.
And who knew Metroid was a girl all along, right?
Dude, spoilers.
Sorry, Jon Snow dies. And we're, coming up to the next boss in about 2 rooms, 3. That jump's actually pretty tight. So these guys have some anger issues apparently because they're topless, I don't know. And they just lunge at you, but the way is that they're standing still. And if you just shoot one bullet at them, it activates them. So if you're like maybe a tile or 2 away from them, they just lunge straight over you. So your first instinct is to just fight them. It's a lot easier to just do nothing than the best move is to not play, essentially in this guy's case. Oh, come on.
So I'm kind of curious, Tom, if you drew this after waking up from a really bad nightmare or something.
Honestly.
No, I mean, so I made most of this game. I was working full-time at Petroglyph Games, making Grey Goo as a programmer, and whenever I would have a break, like compiling or it's lunch or whatever, I would just doodle, and my doodles tended to become the bosses and the monsters. So that one was really just like something I drew while I was waiting for a really long build to compile.
So GVirus just picked up the lab coat, and there's 3 coats in this game. This one allows him to phase through walls that are 1 tile wide, and you've already seen him use it, and he'll use it a couple of times here. And so the other 2 coats, when he picks them up, I'll talk about them. Don't want to spoil the fun.
I really, really like the lab code concepts because it's a very unique sort of ability compared to, I mean, obviously, this very Super Metroid inspired, and so we've got like the high jump boots and so on. But the lab code is something that's really, really screams Axiom Verge.
Yeah, I like when you get the last lab code, you just basically feel like a god. Like, especially when you go back to like that very first area where you start off the game and like all those enemies that cause you so much trouble, especially if you've been getting power-ups and things along the way, and you can just destroy everything just by jumping through them.
It is definitely good stuff. This is just a really great game.
Alright, so going up the center of this particular room is a lot easier once you've got the high jump boots. I refuse to call them anything but high jump boots, by the way.
By the way, the high jump boots are called the Field Disruptor. Not know what's up with that. So you've got the Axiom Disruptor, which is the first gun I pick up. Then you get the Address Disruptor, which is this beam here. And then you've got the Field Disruptor, which is a pair of boots, apparently. So I don't know what's up with that. Your naming scheme is confusing, Tom.
Dude, it's straightforward. Everything's a disruptor.
It's okay. You actually get a dialogue box telling you, hey, so this will make you jump higher. In much more scientific terms, of course.
Which one was it that Chloe named again?
The one?
Hypoatomizer.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The one that gives you tentacles, basically?
Oh
no, the gun. Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah, the one that's useful for the boss you're not going to fight.
The one, the bus.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that one. Gertab.
Yeah, it's funny, like all the different area names, Tom put those area names in after, like really towards the end, I guess. I'm sure Tom knew what they were called before, while he was working on the game, but he didn't actually put it in the game until really I don't know, just a few weeks before launch. So I still think of all the area names as areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's how I think of them too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, and when people talk about the different, and so the boss names also, they don't appear anywhere except for, I think, in speedrun mode where it shows the timestamp, right?
Yeah, I disabled the HUD. That's why you don't see them.
Okay, but otherwise there's no way to know. So I always forget what the different boss names are. I should get some flashcards. So yeah, I should mention something about the speedrun mode for people who aren't familiar with the game. So there's a regular mode, which is, there's actually a lot of story in the game. And, as you encounter the different creatures, there's some dialogue and there's notes that you find. But all of that stuff for speedrun mode is disabled. So, presumably, GVirus already knows the story and doesn't care to read that text over and over again. So all that's stripped out. There's the timer in the upper left. There could be a HUD where you could see how you're doing, like when you get to certain bosses, so you can kind of compare your times to previous times.
By the way, this is the first. Sorry, Tom. This is the first major skip of the game. So I exit the game, and I go right back in and reverse to the last known save
kind
point.
of like a exhale after this happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
19
much.
minutes of
'Cause-
just not being able to save.
Yeah, it's the most unforgiving part of the game. Whereas if I die, it's basically starting. It's a reset, more or
I
less.
think the last time I played with you, I think you actually ended up like missing that, and then I got a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? Or maybe that was the time before we did like a practice run.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I still
And
beat
I was
you
like,
though.
yes,
It's all good.
he died. Just so you know, I can beat this game in like 4 hours, maybe.
Yeah,
and I
we're,
made it. So
we were placing bets how many times I was gonna beat the game before you beat the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I think I can do it faster than Tom as well.
Shots fired.
And I'm not really a speedrunner myself, so
By the way, this part is pretty easy and quiet. So if you want to read some donations, that would be great. It's a great time.
We have a $100 donation from Pliskin, staying up to watch Axiom Verge. Love this game. Good luck, GVirus. We have another $100 from Cult. I shamefully missed the Fez run, so in penance I'm donating to Village's Choice. Really looking forward to this Axiom Verge run. Good luck. We have $20 from Luck Percent. Luck Percent here. Hey GVirus, just want to say good luck on your run for Axiom Verge, mate. Been enjoying racing with you and the rest of the Axiom community. Stay hype and shout out to Sub7 Zador Club.
Hey Alex, what's up? Thanks. So you'll see we're starting tripping right now. That's why the screen's waving. It's not the V-Sync that's acting up. It'll get worse, much worse.
So take careful note of the way that he's moving here because,
Oh, hey.
It's
what up?
missing no.
a wild missing no appeared.
I just grabbed to my save game. Thanks, Tom.
But the way he's moving here, he's trying to manipulate these enemies to move in particular ways so that, yeah, they'll just get stuck on things like that. Otherwise, this section is really annoying because these enemies are evil.
yeah, they do a lot of damage.
If you have motion sickness, grab your paper bags right now.
Oh, dang. Sorry.
That was for you, Raptor.
Thanks, dude.
I know.
Yeah, this is all explained in the story mode, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense without it.
Here again, a little more jumping to lure those enemies out of the way so he can get around.
So he kind of didn't explain the little like flea-looking thing that you got. It's a little drone that you can throw and get into some tight spaces since, you know, Axiom can't roll up into a ball.
So this is a task now. Just gonna put down controller and
Note
chill.
that GVirus just set the controller down.
Where's my water?
you can move him closer.
I
to,
got mine, I don't know about you.
Right? Can you move him closer to Trace to get a little bit faster DPS?
A little bit. I was technically controlling the boss, but
Oh,
yeah.
rip run, you need to reset now.
Yeah, reset. Rip run.
So many frames lost.
I know.
So it wasn't obvious, obviously, but you have control of that boss during that fight as opposed to Trace. And you just want to die as quickly as possible. So that health upgrade is, I think, along with all the upgrades, technically optional, but getting it is going to make his life a lot easier. And it's way faster to have the health so that you can damage through things rather than having to play cautiously.
Also, you might have noticed I didn't save yet. I reverted to that room. It's because the room that I was in before, where I first respawned after, dying at the hands of the boss. Basically, that's the default save room for that particular segment.
Yeah, I think it's the only place in the game where it switches your default revert to save room, and that's because otherwise, if you died, you could get locked outside of that area while still having the hallucination effect on you, and it basically ruined the game for you. So
I could run hallucination %. That sounds fun.
It's like 3 a.m. We're safe. Okay, so here's the brown coat, the second coat. So this upgrades your ability to phase through walls to another tile, to 2 tiles, and also kind of is like a teleportation effect. So you can use it just to advance yourself 2 tiles ahead, whether there's wall or not, like that.
He's gonna be doing this
So
a
he's
lot
gonna be doing
now.
that a lot.
I hope you like this noise, because
Yeah, the other thing it does is that for the first coat that you get, you can only pass through walls that are at your height. So you can't like jump up and then pass through a wall, whereas with this one you can.
Yep.
shoutouts to Disembodied Floating Head.
yeah, my wife is terrified of that thing.
Smart.
She's like, why did I marry you?
It's very rare that you get to peer into somebody's brain. Like, what weird things are they thinking of?
Oh god. So there's some hidden enemies. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, there's him.
I like that demonstration you provided, thanks.
Yeah, intentional damage.
Yeah, so we were talking about earlier about like Tom having nightmares and drawing the bosses and things like that. But actually, speaking of Tom's wife, she
Yeah.
mentioned that. Oh, you skipped through that.
No, she did not mention that he skipped through that, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, there were times that apparently he would wake up in the middle of the night with some ideas, and she would, and he would just like ask for permission to get out of bed and just work. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, that he glitched through an area that he wasn't supposed to be able to yet. I don't think.
Nope,
Yeah.
I skipped the address bomb, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, the address bomb would have allowed him to get rid of that corruption there and just go through. But, oh man. So we're about to do this boss quick kill attempt
Yes.
with almost no health. Just let it
Yeah, this
speak
is the
for
boss
itself.
I'd mentioned earlier that he'll use that disruptor to potentially quick kill as long as it goes according to plan.
I've tried to do this quick kill. I've seen other people do it. I can't figure out how to do it.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
No.
Oh boy.
One minute gone.
Ugh,
Another chance to show off the quick kill, though.
Yeah, exactly.
that boss is brutal. Even if you don't attempt this quick kill. And yeah, going in with that little health is really, really rough. So now we got a little bit of a trip back up there to enjoy the lovely music.
It's not
Yeah.
like the first 19 minutes or we're all gone or
Yeah,
something.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
This is like a minute and a half, really.
Yeah, this is a much less costly death. But yeah, this game is brutal to speedrun. Like, it is very difficult. And you very quickly see what the penalty is.
I feel bad now for doing this to you.
Yeah, Tom,
For the-
damn you.
For the casual player, this is really, you're kind of meant to explore and like collect every last power up. Then the game is easy, but you can't do that for speedrun.
Actually, I'm demonstrating how a casual player goes through this area the first time right now.
This is how you played the very first time you played it, right?
Actually, I did better. Pretty sure I did. I just blame Crack because he hasn't said anything since the beginning of the round.
So yeah, we kind of glossed over it a little bit earlier, but yeah, since he doesn't have the address bomb, there was that corruption back there that he was going to need to get through. And in order to do that, he just damage boosts off those little flies there. He takes a little bit of damage, and then he just jumps up into it, and it can't knock him back because there's iframes, invincibility frames. So instead, he just sneaks through there.
Is iframes the official term for the invincibility?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the speedrunner term. Yeah.
That would be shorter for me to write in the game code.
Life hack for game development: use iframes instead of
There you go.
invincibility.
Right.
If you're doing HTML, though, that could be confusing. Although, why would you use iframe in 2016?
Oh god, this section
come
is so rude.
I was gonna say, so long as I don't get hit by the white things, really?
Yeah, those things will just leech off of you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that room is punishing.
Can I say it? This never happened before.
Happens to a lot of guys.
Hey,
It's like 3 a.m. there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll blame it on the time
God,
slot.
it is. Oof.
It's okay.
This is really just demonstration for no, seriously, this game is actually hard to speedrun. Like, not kidding.
Well, I think it's especially hard to speedrun, but like Tom was saying, if you take your time with it and you're exploring as you're going, I don't think there's any one part, except for a couple of the bosses that are just like really, really hard. As long as you go through each room slowly and methodically.
Then again, shout out to Disco Balls. You guys will know what I'm talking about at the end of the run.
Those things are pure evil. I mean, really, every enemy in this game is just rude as heck. But some more than others.
Like, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and when they hit you, they multiply.
I just love the tiny amount of health that the little bugs drop when they're just like swarming around, annoying the crap out of you. And they drop like this little booby prize of like tiny little sliver of health.
right? It's like, I just sapped half your life. Here's like one sliver back.
Ugh.
Maybe save.
No, because it messes up the route. So I really have to do it this way.
You
Really?
really have to do it this way.
Like, I'm just gonna start over. Not the whole run, but just. Oh god.
You got this.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I think the last time I ran this, I'm not sure. I don't remember if it was against GVirus or if it was James Petrucci from Discord Games, but I ended up getting stuck on the Gurtab boss, which he completely bypassed, and it was sort of like I basically spent the last half hour of the stream just dying repeatedly on that one guy. I could not get past him.
Yeah, I think that was you were playing GVirus. I think that was for
Oh my gosh.
that one charity stream we were doing. Crap, I'm blanking on the name of it. The one that Aaron Robinson put together.
Oh yeah, beat the dev.
Yeah, beat the death. Thanks.
Which he did.
Yep. Which I did.
That surprising feeling when a practiced speedrunner manages to beat the developer who might not have gotten to play his game all that much since he was developing it.
Right.
Yeah, playtesting and or bug testing is very different from like just playing the game over and over. So many times you just have to go through this one nook and cranny over and over and over again. You never even think about how could I shortcut all this stuff.
You have to go through everything, because you don't want to shortcut it. So you end up, even things that if you knew how to get past it, you don't want to do it because there could be some bug, with that boss or that room that you introduced, and you need to ferret it out.
Really? Come on. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
There you go. You got it.
Sad thing is, all the best stuff from the run comes right after this part too.
Yeah.
All right. Quick kill get. You got this.
Or not. Okay. Maybe. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh.
Man, what the Oh, God.
Well, we have a $20 donation from Periodic, who has your back, GVirus. He says, "You're my favorite runner. You're awesome. Shout out to the Twitch chat and save the animals."
Thanks.
You got this, man.
Boy, that guy really wanted you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, thing is, I've seen you blow through this in no time, so I know you can do this blindfolded usually.
I mean, GVirus does have the third best time in this game, so it's not he's getting some bad luck here.
Yeah.
There's bugs, dude.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. There we
There
go.
we go.
Of course, you would get the quick kill on the real thing.
That was the worst setup too.
Yeah, that looked pretty dicey, but it works out.
So what is it? I didn't want to talk when you were actually fighting that boss, but what is how do you do that quick kill?
Okay, so basically off the first ledge, I go to the third tile from the right. I stop there, he basically spits twice. Then I move on and I hug the next ledge, stay there, he attacks to my right. And after that, I stop on the fourth tile from the left of the next ledge, and I wait for him to attack, and then I go to the end of that ledge, corrupt the enemies, which should in turn position them in the perfect spot so that I can just shoot the lower one, triggers the two upper ones, and because when they're corrupted, they actually turn into bombs. So that's how you get the insta-kill.
I will never remember that.
It's basically like sort of like the I don't know the million monkeys with typewriters. You know, they eventually write Shakespeare. Like all of those factors eventually result in the boss being killed with one.
So you're going to see some of the awesome movement in this game now that he has the thing that lets you swap with the drone thing.
Right, that was the last upgrade he just got. Because before, like when he released the drone, it would go back to him, and now he can go to the drone, which opens up lots more possibilities.
Oh, that's right. You don't even get the third trench coat.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
you do. Okay,
Yep.
all right. I thought you somehow skipped that.
No. If there was a way to skip red code, that would be game-changing for this category.
I only skipped a bunch of other stuff, so I.
Not red code. It's way too powerful, and the movement is so fast that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just watch and enjoy the movement right about now as he's that dude. He's jumping out of nowhere.
That's a,
Yeah, like that.
oh, really?
So yeah, some of the things you can do with the drone now that you can swap with it it's just amazing looking.
Oh, and this is the expanded launch.
Yeah, so now we're gonna go real fast.
Yeah, so I know there's a technique to go like infinitely vertically where you can you cancel out of one animation, you can start another, something like that.
That's what he's doing.
Like Ray's doing right
Yeah.
this second, yeah.
Very nice.
You can see the whole breach up there and everything.
Yeah, so he uses the disruptor to cancel the animation of the drone switch, despawn, blah 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 stuff. And he's just farming for a little health here for safety. But when he cancels that animation, he can fire the drone again immediately, and that just, you go stupidly fast.
Nalunas with a $10.09 donation says, GVirus, you've improved so much since I've last seen you. Couch and Tom, thoughts on the 10 to 9% runs? Donation to GVirus's choice.
All right, noted.
We have an anonymous $250 donation. Axiom Verge is one of my favorite games from last year, and the soundtrack is awesome.
250, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So these enemies here, this room really in general is like the most dangerous room in the game.
Yeah.
These enemies deal a crap load of damage with their gun and kill your probe. But now we're good. So that guy's not going to know how to catch the probe at this point. So he's going to be able to get to the
Speedrun key.
that one.
It simply unlocks the later part of this area.
I am incapable of remembering names of things in this game, really. But yeah, when he transports back, though, now he needs to dash immediately, as he just did. Otherwise, those dudes are going to shoot him until he dies.
So yeah, if he has a choice, he wants to actually like run into the enemy and not get hit by the bolts, because the bolts do a lot more damage.
Oh, really?
Obviously, if the optimum way is to not get hit at all, but if you're going to take the hit, you want to take a hit from the body.
Right, and then you get the advantage of the invincibility to protect you from the bullets once you've done that.
Exactly.
We have $30 from Lucas Berglund. I yesterday got a job in medical engineering to fight breast cancer, so I felt like I had to donate. 5th time watching, 3rd time donating. Keep up these amazing events. Love from Sweden.
Yeah, you might have just seen just how much damage
Yeah.
those guns can do. By comparison, the body does, like, practically nothing.
So he just did that to lure this guy up here to farm some health for safety.
Wow. I never thought of that. That's awesome.
So I kind of look at that kind of akin to spider throwing from Metroid 2, if you're familiar with that speedrun, where they use.
I actually am not.
Yeah, it kind of looks a lot like that, where they'll use a combination of spider ball and the spring ball to like do quick movement. It kind of just resembles that in the way it looks.
It just looked so much fun. But you would not believe how like button press intensive that is, because canceling the animation involves pressing the disruptor, and then you have to throw the thing, and then you have to swap. And if you could see his hands while he's playing this, obviously you probably can't on the stream, but like the button pressing is intense. Also, this section is just, they really threw everything at you to try to kill you.
All right, we're safe for now.
Wow.
But finally, the red coat.
Yep.
The best item in the game.
So the red coat, once he picks it up here in a second, increases your tile movement through walls to 3. And of course, just like the brown coat, you don't have to be going through a wall to use it, but it also damages enemies while you're moving. And or when you use it, you kind of have this trail that goes behind you, and you damage enemies while it's in effect. And you're also invincible, and GVirus will abuse that on a boss here.
Oh wow. Back to the original save. Not the original, but I guess the second one.
Yeah, this save might look familiar.
So that's why you had to die a gazillion times on the mosquito.
Yep, exactly. Because if I saved, then it would have basically reverted the save to somewhere that much further.
Yeah, this time though, that might have been a net save. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
It's all
So in
good.
the speedrunning community, how much are people doing 100% speedruns? I know like any percent seems pretty popular because there's a bunch of areas you can bypass, but 100% maybe there's not as much like shortcuts and special techniques you could use. I don't know. What do you guys
It
think?
really depends on the game, I think.
No, but for this one.
For this one, well, I'm just, 100%. I plan to do 100% pretty soon, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So this section is really impressive looking as he climbs infinitely just by using this. And then at the end, to top it off, he has to, so this involves a double tap upwards to dash, and just like double tap upwards, throw the thing, switch with it, use the disruptor to cancel the animation, double tap upwards again. Like, it's just crazy.
$100 from Spacebar. Awesome to finally see my friend GVirus running Axiom Verge in ADQ. Hope you're having a blast, G. See you soon. Kill cancer, save the animals.
Nice.
Oh, and yes, and the red coat also breaks blocks like you just saw there.
And now, the evil area.
Do you save the game in this area?
Yeah, just because I've been doing very badly. Or, I mean, marathon
And now you
strat,
don't. There's no more backtracking you need to do anyway, right?
pretty much. This guy's actually pretty annoying. Nah, just gonna replenish health. That's the thing with saving in this room. if you don't kill that guy, he'll just stay right in the doorway and hit you no matter what.
Yeah, so the way it works in terms of like which enemies respawn and things, the game, I believe, has a memory of 2 rooms. So if you go back by 2 rooms, is it 1 room or 2 rooms, Tom? Like, it will keep it in memory. If you've killed all the enemies, you can go back 1 room.
It always keeps the previous room in memory.
Right, so if you kill all the enemies and then you leave the room and come back, they're still all dead. But if you go back 2 rooms, then they're not. And once Tom told me that, I started noticing like where he would deliberately put an empty room, just to make sure you couldn't just go back and like, or kill a bunch of enemies and then you know, go back if you needed to.
Oh, really? Come on.
Oh, man. So yet another really rude boss.
Yeah, that one is one of the few, due to how his weapons work, that it's actually randomized, which is, I know, the bane of speedrunners everywhere whenever something is completely randomized.
So the main thing that he's trying to do on that fight, aside from, you know, red coat into the boss repeatedly to damage it, is he's actually when the boss goes into a little protective phase where you can't actually hit it, he's gonna stand on the ground and he's just gonna down dash repeatedly with the coat, and he's just gonna use the invincibility.
Shield. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I never thought of that. That makes a lot of sense.
I never thought of it either.
Yeah, I just found out about this today myself, and I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I was wondering how people do this one, because he's definitely...
Oh, jeez.
Getting some bonus health.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
I've
exactly
done
what it's doing. Because the boss stays damaged since he only went back 1 room.
Yep.
Boy, I would have killed for that in my casual playthrough. Alright, we're all good.
We have $50 from Chunks. Thomas Hatt must be some kind of wizard scientist because Axiom Verge is a flawless miracle. Best of luck to GVirus on his run. Thanks to everyone who makes AGDQ happen. We have an anonymous donation for $50. GVirus needs your power, Twitch chat. Raise your hands and send him your energy.
So this is a boss.
Yeah, so this is Death
That
from
you don't need to
Castlevania 2.
See ya. Disco ball
Yeah,
hype.
and even though that one boss was the same as the first one, he's much tougher this time around.
But
If
you
you
don't
decide
have-
to, yeah, if you decide to fight it, yeah. It's optional.
Oh, disco balls, please.
It's okay, we're not that far off. Hey, we might get sub-hour, who knows?
$50 from Drifter. Watched GQ for a couple of years now for the first time donation. Had multiple loved ones lost to cancer, so here's to fighting cancer and saving the animals. Hype!
Hype!
Hey,
We have $25 from Lipitor and Propecia. Loving the developer and couch commentary for Axiom Verge. Never heard of this game before. Super excited to pick it up in the near future.
Yes, please do that if you haven't played this game.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's quite the busy game, really.
and we appreciate the kind words here on the couch.
Yeah, the commentary was really interesting for me. Like, I never realized like half of the stuff that you're able to do in this. It's amazing. And I've beaten the game like 10 times. Which I know, like, for GVirus as well. Like, you know, like I do that every day.
Oh my gosh,
What
the
the-
disco balls, dude.
Really? Okay.
The noises they make.
Oh, what?
That's just a punishing room.
Those are the
It's
worst.
basically either you get through it without getting any damage or you just rip.
Yeah, casually, that room alone. I don't remember how long it took me to get through. I don't want to admit to a number.
$20 from Tom tonight. Axiom Verge was such a hard game for me. I can't imagine trying to speedrun it. I tip my hat to GVirus for sticking with this run.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
$50 from Sodium 7 milligrams. Thanks to all the staff and runners for making this event possible. Axiom Verge is my favorite game of 2015, so I'm glad to see it being run at GGDQ. Go fast, GVirus. P.S. Kill the animals.
Incidentally, GVirus, you know the thing where you entered the previous... actually, I'll let you just concentrate on this.
Yeah, let him concentrate on this room. This room is just hard.
It's sort of
There
like
you go.
Very nice.
so used to him kind of miraculously pulling through everything that when he fails, it's like a shock. But for a normal person, that's the norm.
Yeah, you see how beautiful it looks, too, if you do it nice and cleanly. All right, here we go.
And here's the final boss.
So the general gist here is he wants to blow this thing up multiple times, but these annoying dudes are just going to constantly shoot him, trying to kill him. That's kind of how fights generally work. The main thing he wants to worry about is if one of these guys gets on the ground, it's going to be really dangerous in general. And also, each time he kills one of the sentry shooter dudes, they're going to respawn as a more powerful version. So he does want to kill them because they'll drop health. But
The
he
one I
doesn't
left
wanna
alive from the first wave is actually going to give me a health drop, so I'm just keeping around
Yeah,
until my health is low.
but he generally doesn't want to kill them too quickly. Because they'll just
And these
get
two guys
worse
want to kill
and worse.
them to generate health drops on the last wave.
Do you have memorized which ones drop health?
On the first wave, it's the one to the right. Oh, come on now.
Did you try speedrunning this with the old boss AI? You remember, like when it first launched, the AI for this boss was pretty different, more chaotic and random.
All right, that's it. We got it.
Time will be within a very few seconds.
Yeah, when the screen fades to black.
Yep.
Nice.
Time. Sorry. So yeah, this was Axiom Verge. Usually takes about a good 15 minutes less than what it did right now. And that death count has an extra one that's not supposed to be there. But with that being said, it's an amazing speed game. I really hope more people pick it up in the community so we can break it some more. And Yeah, I mean, we already discovered like leftovers from his first final boss design in the room. Actually, the one with the disco balls just before all the laser walls, so I can go to the final boss to the right. There's actually a room hidden there, and it contains like an old design from the final boss, as I said. So hopefully we'll find even more stuff in the game, and someone, like you said, reverse engineered the whole thing. If we can get to ROM hacks and like custom maps and all that stuff, that would be great. So big shout out to my friend from the Serious team who actually donated during the run. Big shout outs to everyone on the couch. You guys were freaking great. Volagin, Raptor, Crack. Thanks Tom, thanks Dan for being here. Everyone who's attending, everyone who's donating. I mean, let's keep getting those GDQs going, guys.
Thanks, GVirus.
Thanks, dude.
It was great to have you guys, Tom and Dan. Thanks for joining that call.
Hey. And special mention, my friend Frankie and Meow, who couldn't make it today, unfortunately, but my thoughts are with you guys. And that's it.
Just a reminder for our upcoming donation incentives, we still have the EG Hero Core 100%. Also, we have a message from a sponsor here. This is AGDQ 2016. This stream is powered by Twitch, and we're partially brought to you by Tokyo. Hang on, lost my thing. By Tokyo Attack. Tokyo Attack is providing import Japanese arcade machines to AGDQ 2016 arcade room this year, including Super Table Flip, Jug Beat, and Initial D arcade stage 7AAX.